Hey everyone, Rick here, Big Gun 81. Hope you're doing well today as always. So today's video is in response to a comment left by a viewer named Mitch, who was watching the video on the Smith & Wesson Bayonet. And I had a couple rifles in that video. One was my Colt LE6920, and the other one is on the bench behind me here, which is my 20-inch barreled AR, which we're going to kind of do a review for them, I guess, or overview really. It is a custom rifle, and we're going to kind of go through what parts are in it and so forth on the build and just kind of break it down for you. So here is my 20-inch barreled AR. Going to kind of do a breakdown of the parts on it and everything. By the way, this is one of my AR-15 stands that I make, that I sell over on biggun81.com. I make them in a variety of colors. This one just happens to be a black one, which kind of blends into the black mat here, which I apologize, it's kind of dirty. I was cleaning up a shotgun not too long ago that was a whole other story. But anyway, I'm going to kind of do a breakdown of all the parts front to back. The flash hider is just a A2 style flash hider from our guns. Came on a different upper that I had that I took apart, and the barrel from that upper is now part of my 3-gun rifle build. And then the barrel is a 20-inch heavy barrel, also from our guns. I bought that barrel just separate, from them, just as a barrel. The A2 style front sight post actually came on that 16-inch barrel upper also, that I took that off of there. The gas tube that's underneath the handguard came from our guns. The handguard, upper and lower, or I should say upper lower, the handguard itself, the two pieces here, came from our guns, along with the delta ring and all the pieces underneath there. The carry handle was something I bought off of eBay a while ago. That was a carry handle that was supposed to be a takeoff from a Colt rifle. It was used, has a couple little scratches on it and stuff, but it's definitely a nice carry handle, and my whole goal with this rifle build was to do kind of like a M16 kind of build, and that sort of thing. So the upper receiver, honestly don't remember where I got that one from. It's been a while. The bolt carrier group, I have to look at it again. I'm not sure if I can remember. I think it might have been from our guns, but probably not, because it doesn't have their logo on it. I might have just bought something that was inexpensive off of a website somewhere. I don't really remember. The lower parts kit that's in here, I believe is all our guns. I think it was all the takeoff parts actually off of that lower, because I did change the parts kit basically on the lower that I had from our guns, which is another story. Some of these parts came from an upper that was a 16-inch barrel upper I mentioned earlier, and some of the parts came from our guns lower receiver that I bought separately as a complete lower, which had, kind of skipping ahead, this A2 style buttstock. I just wanted one of these, and long story, but when I bought my our guns lower, to save on the waiting time, I bought it as a complete lower with a stock on it, I believe was the case, so that I didn't have to wait like 3 days to go back and get it, or whatever the deal was. I don't remember, but needless to say, I took this off. So this is a takeoff part off another lower that I had. The lower parts kit was also off that lower. As I mentioned, I didn't know where the upper receiver came from, because it's been a long time since I bought it. Same with the bolt. I don't think it was our guns. It probably was something I bought offline somewhere for a reasonable price. And of course, when I bought the upper, it was all complete with the the door and the forward assist and the charging handle. It might have been an Anderson. I don't remember. But the lower on this setup, it's pretty cool. I actually have a video on this. I did the color fill here myself. This is the Spikes Tactical Spartan lower. Now that lower came from my friends over at MGS Firearms. Early on when I started doing my channel, I met the owners of MGS Firearms up in Menominee Falls, I believe, Wisconsin. And at that time I only had a couple of ARs, I think. One of which was a ATI Omni build. It was a polymer lower. And Jake from MGS is like, hey, if you come visit us, we'll give you a metal lower. I was like, okay, when can I come? So that was back in 2015, I believe. I had just left my job and So I had free time, and I went up there on my birthday actually, and set up the transfer with them. Went to visit them, and just had a good time visiting. And anyway, so got that over from my friends over at MGS Firearms for this build, and yeah, that's kind of the basic rundown of the parts and everything I can remember on it. I hope that kind of answers some questions, but I will say, I'll add this about the 20-inch barreled AR, especially with a heavy barrel. It shoots very soft. It's heavy, and that's probably why one of the reasons why it shoots soft, meaning like just doesn't have as much recoil as like the regular 16-inch carbine with like the M4 profile style barrel. Also, with the longer gas system on this, with the rifle length gas system, it also cycles it a little bit softer, which one of the things I noticed, I went to take it out, this is a couple years ago, I would take it out to my old club, and I was using some of my reloads that I made, and the reloads run perfectly fine in my 16-inch barrel rifles, and they seem to be pretty decent, and I never really got the opportunity to chronograph them because I didn't have a chronograph, but on the load data I was kind of going towards the middle of the charge data for it, you know, for how much powder to put in it. And so I thought they were pretty decent. They didn't seem like they were overcharged, you know, too much powder in them or whatever. And it didn't seem like there was too little because they ran really pretty well in my other rifles. When I went to run them in this rifle, I would say they were just a little bit undercharged, a little bit less powder than what needed to be in there, because sometimes it would cycle the bolt back far enough to pick up the next round. Sometimes it would just basically short stroke, and by short stroke I mean this bolt wouldn't go back far enough to properly eject and properly pick up the next round. So anyhow, that's kind of my story on this rifle. One other thing I was going to mention, I guess, two other things. I always have a lot to say. Of course, I got the voted sticker on there. I kind of do that just to be funny, I guess. On my rifles, whenever I get a sticker, I kind of stick them on there. For those that don't know this, again, because not everybody knows everything, cool thing about these stocks, they have a storage compartment in back. Now, I don't know if I can open that with my finger, but I do have a screwdriver here just to pop it because I don't have nails. It has a little door. You could probably use the tip of a bullet to open it up, but there's a little storage compartment in the back. You know, you could put some stuff in there, maybe cleaning kit or something, whatever. Kind of cool. So that is pretty much it. The bayonet, like I mentioned in another video, fits on this one really well. I haven't shot it with the bayonet because I never really wanted to try it. Maybe I will one day just for the hell of it, just to have the experience. But anyhow, till next time, thanks for watching and have fun shooting. How many takes does it take to make a video? Finally!